What's up guys, Tony here, and I have another video for you today. Now, like I said in my update video, I have a new series that I'm going to be doing. Obviously you can tell it's Pokemon related from the background picture, and what this is actually a Pokemon Versus. Kind of like what the background is, like, you know, there's a Ethan and Red versus, you know, whatever, but yeah, that's kind of why I picked the picture. But anyways, this is kind of an informational video to explain what exactly this is. There are a couple people on YouTube who do something similar to this, but ours is a little bit different at least. Hopefully it's better than some of those, I don't know, possibly, and yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I've had a lot of fun recording it because we've had about 8 episodes recorded by this point, so yeah. Now, some of the basic rules are that there are 2 people playing a game at the same time. Obviously, for Pokemon, it's kind of a one-player game. So what it is, it's we're both going to be playing at the same time, but on 2 different like screens, 2 different recordings, and 2 different computers, really, because it is an emulator. But we're going to be putting them like synced together in one video, so you can watch them at the same time. It might kind of sound like it's confusing, like why would you put 2 screens? I don't know which one to look at, but it's really not too bad because it's not like too out there, like it's left or right. You have to look directly at one or the other. It's kind of subtle, like you can keep looking between both. I've watched the episode, like the first episode, like 2 or 3 times. I've also had a couple other people I know watch it, and they say it's not confusing at all to like look at a specific one, so don't worry about that if, you know, that's a concern of yours at all. Another thing is that we're racing to the end of the game, which in this case, and most cases for Pokemon, is the Elite Four. I know that in a lot of games Elite Four isn't the actual end of the game, but we're just counting it as the end, you know? We're just gonna be playing until we get into the Hall of Fame. And also, most of these rules don't only apply to Pokemon, because there are other games that we're going to be doing other than it, but this specifically for this. So yeah, racing to the end game. Whoever gets to the end first wins, I guess. For Pokemon, we will have to choose the box starter. Now, what I mean by that is like red and blue. There's Charizard and Blastoise. And, you know, you have to pick Charmander or Squirtle, and then let's just pick anything random like Gold and Silver. Games like those, which don't have like a box starter, they are colors. Gold and Silver, gold is closest to fire, silver is closest to water, you know, something like that. Now, the only thing that we might not even do, pretty sure we're not going to do unless we get better recording technologies by that point, is like black and white or something, where we'd have to be kind of creative with that one, because that doesn't exactly work. But most games work, like Diamond and Pearl, water, and fire, I guess pink is kind of close to red. You know, we'll always find a way to make it work, but we're going to do it like that kind of way. That's how we pick our starters. Also, all of our Pokemon must have a nickname, and by that I mean all the ones we're going to actually use on our team. Now, I specifically want to say that they have to all have a nickname at a certain point. Both me and the person I was going against in this first versus didn't nickname all the Pokemon, but we did eventually nickname the ones that we're going to be using. So yeah, that's why that kind of rule, we're probably going to try to keep it to when we catch it, we nickname it. But for right now, it's just, you know, eventually, because we kind of forgot to. So yeah. And also another rule that we have for sure is no off-screen playing or training or anything at all. This is all going to be on screen because it is a race. No one gets any advantage over the other person and having any extra time to do anything, really. But the way that this works is basically we're just going to play through the game as fast as we can. Use whatever strategy we want. Just be quick and use one Pokemon. You know, be strong and trained so you can go through the gyms easily. Whatever strategy you want, we want to use. But the first person who gets to the Elite Four in the Indigo Plateau, or, you know, I don't even think the other ones have a name, like the Sinnoh League, or the, actually, the one in Emerald does, or Hoenn, whatever, I forget what they're called, but, like, when you get to that area where the Elite Four is, you stop and you train, because we wanted to do this in a way where, like, the first person who wins isn't like so far ahead as the other person that it's not even fair. We want to make it so whoever gets there first is allowed to train their Pokemon until the second person gets to that same spot. That way it makes getting there is still beneficial to you because you have extra time to train, which will make it easier for you to end up beating all of the Elite Four, which can really help you. But then again, it is possible to still lose that way, so we didn't want to make it completely one-sided, like if somebody's way ahead then they're gonna win for sure. We still kind of wanted to make it a little bit, not random, but more skill-based than just, you know, being lucky and being a little bit quicker. And so that's why it's not the first person to get there, it's the first person who enters the Hall of Fame. Also, the times might be messed up a little bit for some reason, so it's not like the person with the smallest amount of time who gets in the Hall of Fame. It's just whoever does it, because we are syncing it as closely as we can to be exact. So whoever actually gets their Pokemon registered in there first wins. But the winner actually does get a little bit of a perk. They get to pick the next game that that the next versus is going to be about. Like, let's say I won one of these verses, then I get to pick the next game and the next opponent that I will be facing. But then again, I can decide to opt out of either one. Most likely just the opponent. I could make two other people go against each other, but still pick the game. You see, because I don't know, the winner has to get something, right? So that works. And there are a couple other people who are willing to do this with us, so we do have a few people to do this with, so it's not always just going to be the same two people doing it the whole time. Now, our versus is red and blue. That's kind of obvious, sorta, I guess, especially with the Blastoise and Charizard here. It kind of looked to be gold and silver from the last picture, but red and blue is first, so, you know, why not do it first? I'm pretty sure I've spoken about it in a couple other videos, so it might not be too big of a surprise to you. But, yeah, it's going to be red versus blue, red and blue, whatever. And it's going to be Tony, which is me, versus Memo, which is, Cinco de Memo. He just made his channel recently, but he has been on YouTube for quite a while, just watching videos, you know, and I think he's made a few videos before on other accounts, but this is his new one, and he's going to be, like, I guess, fighting against me. And I will be doing red and he will be doing blue, so that means I get the Charmander, he gets the Squirtle. So that's kind of unfortunate for me because I have a disadvantage, but he, and he gets my favorite starter, but I did want to have Charmander because I already had a Squirtle in Fire Red, so I didn't want to have another Squirtle because it'd be kind of like the same playthrough, right? And also, we're not sure if this is going to happen, so I didn't actually write it in the rules, but we're going to try to somehow get each other to fight once the entire, like, red and blue season, I guess, is over. We're going to see if we can get our two, like, teams to fight each other. We're not sure if we're going to be able to do that through just, like, computers, like, linking the Game Boys through, like, the computer, because I actually know how to do that. I was going to make a video on that, but I never actually did. I probably will soon, though. Or we always have Pokemon Battle Revolution, you know. We can always just make Pokemon, put them in there, and fight against each other that way. So that'll always work as well. But we're going to try to battle each other's teams at the end of each season. At least the ones that have to do with Pokemon, you know. And so, with all that said, the first episode will be uploaded Friday the 13th, yes. Obviously the best day to upload it. This just kind of happened to land on Friday the 13th, and I was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't upload it then, but then Memo was telling me, yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea, it'd be funny, you know? That's how they will remember, oh, this all started on that one Friday the 13th, right? So yeah, the first episode will be uploaded on Friday the 13th, and every new subsequent episode will be uploaded every Friday after. I'm not the best with consistency, but we'll try to keep it like that. And we're not 100% sure yet, but Memo is most likely going to be uploading his videos about 2 days after on his channel, at least for the first few episodes. It's going to be the exact same video. He's just going to be uploading it to his channel, but in the future, he might actually start editing it himself and making it his own, just completely different, like, thing almost, like the layout completely different. He may end up doing that within the next few seasons, I guess. I don't know if I want to call it seasons or not. I probably will. But at least for the first few episodes of this one, he will just be taking basically the exact same video that goes on my channel and be uploading it to his channel 2 days later. The next verses that can be chosen by the winner of this one, though, isn't only Pokemon. There's a couple different things. I wanted to point it out here now, just so you guys can, if you want to vote on it, kinda, because, you know, this one's already set in stone, red and blue. If you want to say, oh, I want to see this one next, the winner might be able to think about that and say, oh, a lot of viewers want this, I'll do this. Yeah, the next ones that are available, we do have a couple more, but these are the ones that we want to do next, kinda, like the ones that are open for us doing next, are actually DuckTales Remastered, which we have on the PlayStation Network. I kind of have an advantage in that one because I've actually beaten the game, while I don't believe any of the other people who are possible in doing this have beaten it. Sonic Unleashed, which I don't think any of us have beaten, Sonic Adventure, and Sonic Adventure 2, which I mean I'm pretty sure we all have, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which I'm not sure about everyone else, but personally I haven't beat, and then Pokemon Gold and Silver, which I mean most people have, I think. But yeah, so we basically, as you can see, there's 3 different Sonic games because all of us pretty much love Sonic games, or at least most of us do. And yeah, Sonic Adventure 2, those are pretty awesome games, pretty easy to do, but Sonic Unleashed would take a very long time, so that's still not 100% sure that we will even be able to do that, but most likely we'll somehow do it. You know, we'll do it some way, if the winner decides to, that is. And then Pokemon Gold and Silver. The reason why it's Gold and Silver specifically is because we are going to have it in order. So let's say I win, I will most likely either pick DuckTales Remastered, Sonic Adventure 2, Legend of Zelda, or Pokemon Gold and Silver. Not Sonic Unleashed or Sonic Adventure, because Sonic Adventure is just, I don't know, I don't like it as much as Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Unleashed is too long, so me personally, those two I would kind of leave out. But if I were to pick Gold and Silver, I would do that, and that's why we don't have Ruby and Sapphire, because then once we do end up doing Gold and Silver, which hopefully we will do at some point, then after that is done, then we'll be able to do like Ruby and Sapphire. You know, it's like a step-by-step thing. Maybe we should have done that with Sonic as well, like you can't do Sonic Adventure 2 until you do Sonic Adventure. Maybe we'll change that. We still have the entire red and blue verses to 100% complete, make up our minds on what the next choices can be, but this is what we have in mind right now. So yeah, be sure to tell us anything that you guys would like to see in versus upcoming soon. Not really soon, but eventually, hopefully, and hopefully you all tune in this Friday for our very unlucky episode. Actually, I do have quite a bit of bad luck in there. Let me just tell you a little bit of, you know, a hint. A little bit of a hint. I do have a little bit of bad luck in there, so it's kind of suitable to upload on Friday the 13th. Hopefully this isn't too much information to drop on you guys. I will try to do videos like this for anything in the future that does have any need for any further explanations of some sort. Hopefully you liked kind of the editing style. I worked a little bit on this. I didn't work like hours and hours, but I did take about a full day to do this thing, because it does take a little while to do all these different things in like Photoshop and edit in all together and everything, but you know, it's all worth it because it makes everything easier for you guys to understand. So, you know, it's give and get, you know, everything's good in the end. So yeah, tell us what you guys think about this, and yeah, so we'll see you in the next episode of this, I think, because yeah, this is going to be in the same playlist. This is like episode 0 technically, but yeah, we'll see you in the next episode of this thing. Hopefully this wasn't too long. It kind of was, but whatever, no big deal, hopefully. But yeah, I'll see you in the first episode of Red and Blue Versus. Goodbye.